Hi Klondikers, I hope you will be fine and enjoying the game and also my gameplay videos. And before starting today's video, I have a request. So this is my YouTube channel, so please kindly subscribe my channel and also press this bell icon so that whenever I will upload my new video, you will get the notification and then you can immediately check that video for any temporary or permanent land that is just open. And I always try to upload the video as soon as possible as I can, mostly on the same day after a few hours or sometimes next day, which is rarely possible because I always try to upload on the same day so that you can get some urgent help from the video if you are doing the that land, particular land, either permanent or temporary. And also don't forget to check the playlist because here you can really see different types of videos already sorted out. So if you're looking for any permanent land or timed land or temporary land which is recent, or even if you want to show video of the previous temporary lands, you can also check it. And here you can also find tips and tricks video like this one which I am making now. So you can also find some previous videos in which I try to explain some other strategies related to this game. So don't forget to check all these playlists and also don't forget to subscribe my channel. So now move back to our current video. So in this video, if you remember, last time I told you that I'm going to explain some strategies related to some basic stuff like coal, clay and stone, but during this time I was slightly busy as well, so I was not able to make a video. And also I got a lot of questions related to energy items, that how I have a lot of energy snacks and how I am still making a lot of energy snacks. So people were really anxious and also like bit I think curious as well that how they can make more energy items. So I thought, okay, maybe it's time to make a video on energy items first and then we will go towards our basic stuff or basic resources. So in this video first I will try to explain the possible options for different energy items and also from where you can make it and how you can make it, which stuff you need it. And in the second part I will try to explain that what is my strategy, how I started in the beginning when I was low level player, or now I am a bit slightly higher level player. So now what is my strategy so that you can adopt if you are a low level player or high level player. So what you can do to have more energy items, because I think in this game without energy items I think it's really difficult to survive, because if you want to chop anything or if you want to explore the land, any land, permanent, temporary, you need energy snacks. So I think this video I think is quite important even for low level players or high level players, and I will try my best to explain everything in as much detail as I can. So actually I will start with the energy items which are possible in different lands. So if you go to your observation tower, and if you are a low level player, maybe some of these lands are not still accessible to you, but if you have already done most of your permanent lands, already opened it or settled it or done it, you will see a lot of these energy options already in your observation tower as well. So here I am going to type energy and then a lot of options will come up, I will tell you one by one. So here if I see at the polar side, if you have frogs, which you usually get I think when you got grass from different expeditions, when you brought grass back to your homeland, you get a lot of frogs and then you can convert it into sausage, which gives you +5 energy. And there is another option to convert it, which I will tell you later on, that how you can make this energy item without going to polar side, but I will explain it later on. And then at scalp, I think this one is quite interesting option, particularly for this +5 energy. You can make ribbon and tin plate in your factories. This one is your manufactories, or I think it's a smaller one, I forgot what it's called, but you can make this thing there. And also tin plate, you can make it, I think what is called this building, in metallurgy. So you can make this stuff I think in large amounts in these factories. And I need to write it again, sorry. So here you need these two stuff, and if you can make like in repeat, then you can make this energy item I think in quite bigger amounts. It depends if you can make these two things in larger amounts. And then in scalp you also have options for +10 energy, but you need nesting box and also this wolf. And I think this thing you cannot create it by yourself, you get it from I think different expeditions or different locations. So it's still a limited amount thing. So I think this energy item is not easy to make. And this one is also kind of similar. It gives you plus 15 energy, same nesting box. I think you can make it at Ukti, these things, and also you can get it from collections. But this thing is again a limited limited amount material, so I would not recommend this type of energy exchange. But still, if you have like something like this in your storage, you can still convert it into useful energy items. And next I will move towards claw. So I think these things are collected in this particular location, and then by using this stuff I think you can swap it also in claw, so you can make this energy item. But again, I think this thing is again a limited number of items, so you cannot make an unlimited amount of energy, so it's again limited option, so not very recommended. And also in rock you have this, so milk is easily obtainable from cows and also from collection items. And this cinnamon is also can be obtained from north parts. When you do this land you got it, but you can also get this cinnamon from collection item, which is I think a deck, I think something called, I think it was deck or something, yeah, deck set. So it gives you this thing, yeah, cinnamon. So then if you have these deck sets a lot, you can convert actually this cinnamon into a useful energy item. So we were here at rock, and you can get plus 10 energy. And then at wood site, I think this edible mushroom is, I think, obtained in large amounts when you do these temporary or permanent lands, and then you can easily convert it into a useful plus 6 energy item at wood site. So this is another option. And then at Forgotten Trail you can convert these kettles, you can make it into the metallurgy thing. And also crocodile, I will tell you where you can make it later on. So you can make plus 10 energy at Forgotten Trail, and also you can make pudding in your milk factory. And then you need these eagles to make plus 20 energy at Forest Rock, and I will tell you these two options, eagle and crocodile, where you can make it. Okay, maybe now I will show you where you can make these two items. So I think this was a recently added workshop. It's a jeweler's workshop, so you can build it in your homeland, and then you can make it crocodile and eagle. So this solid gold is made also here. So you just need these nuggets of gold, which you usually get it from, I think, when you collect, I think, different items from expedition lands, you get these nuggets, and then you can convert it into solid gold, and then you can make different items from it, like crocodile is directly made from nuggets, but for eagle you need this solid gold. So if you have that factory, you can make these stuff in large amounts, and then you can make that particular energy item that I just showed you, which was this one either. But you need kettles as well for this one, and you need pudding for this one. But it depends, if you can make in large amounts, you can still make these energy items. And then if I go to Windsor, there are different options, like 4 different options, but for all of them, or for most of them, you need this healing grass, which you can only obtain from this particular land. So it's a limited amount thing, so you cannot make a lot of energy out of it until it's finished. And here at Windsor, you see it's exactly the same exchange. From frogs you can make plus 5 sausage, but there is another option I will tell you later on apart from this. And then we have Umber. It's again the same thing that you obtained from this location, which is again a limited resource, so you cannot make too much energy of it. And North Pass, okay, this is interesting. You can make coffee beans in your vegetable complexes, and this is again the cinnamon that I just told you from deck set. So this energy you can also make a lot if you have deck set. And I think cinnamon is also obtained from different mazes, so you need to check. And then Walmon, again the same exchange, edible mushroom into these chandeliers, plus 6 energy, which is interesting. And then at Utopia you can convert peafowl egg, which is something useful use of peafowl egg apart from getting peafowl from it. And then I think this thing is usually obtained, I think, from any expeditions. So I think you can have, but I think not in very large amounts. So I think it's still kind of limited, not too much. Okay, at Dune, again the same exchange. So I think this exchange is quite famous. And in Gold Rush, I think it's also limited. That can be obtained in Gold Rush locations. So you can convert it, but this is plus 60. So this is interesting, but I think you cannot have too much options for it to obtain it. And then at Green Day, okay, this is kind of still not very limited because you can get these 30 carat diamond, I think, from different expeditions. Like I have almost 3,000, so I can make at least 3,000 of these things, but I'm not making. Maybe sometime I will make. And you just need buffalo milk. If you are raising buffaloes for leather, you will also get milk, and then you can use it for plus 15, so nice use. And also if you have these pearls, I will show you where you can make it. And if you have tomatoes, you can make this pork rib energy, which is plus 20. And now I will show you where you can make this pearl. So if you have already done this Inti Coast land, I think when you complete it, or 100% completion, you get this building where you can make this pearl from peafowl egg, so another use of peafowl egg. But it took 3 days to make one pearl, so not very fast. You have to wait a lot to make one pearl, and then you can make an energy out of it. So a very slow process, unfortunately, but there is an option. If you somehow make like me, I think I'm making it for a long time and I'm able to make it only 160 plus, so still bad, I guess. And then in Iron Valley, you got these kind of flowers, and then you can make this, but still it's again limited amount which you can make. And I think, okay, wall bridge, we have another option for plus 40 energy, but you need mugs which you can make in metallurgy. And here you have this mint thing. I think you can collect either from wall bridge, or I think this thing also comes in mazes as well. There is a particular flower, when you chop it, you got this mint leaves, and then you can convert it into this thing, I guess, if I remember correctly. And the last one is this weather station, where again you have these two options, but this, I already told you, umber is not a very easy thing to obtain from different locations, so I think it's still a limited thing. So these were actually the options to make energy snacks from different lands, not at your home, but going somewhere else, taking some stuff with you, and then making that energy items and come back to your homeland or use that energy item somewhere. So that was one option. And the second option where you can make some energy items is this railway map. So in my case, actually, I have done completely. So I am here in the last map at airport, and I have already done it. But if in your case, if you are, I think, somewhere in the middle, you can either have this option, which I will show you. Yeah, this one. So here you can convert your, I think, +1 mushrooms into +6, or I think this exchange I already showed you. So this exchange is already available at different locations, but the benefit of this train location is that you don't have to take your stuff anywhere because your storage is accessible from here. So you just come here and you put a trade. You can also convert your frog into sausage of +5, so it's up to you. So you just come here, you put everything on repeat. So when you collect this stuff, it directly goes to your storage, and that's it. So you already put this stuff here, and then you can, I think, come after every 15 minutes and you collect it. So you can make very fastly these energy items, these two energy items, +5 and +6. So that's actually quite a good option if you have these mushrooms and also frogs. But if you also have this home, I think it's house for two. Yeah, it's called house for two. It is obtained by exchanging blue stones in mazes. So there are some chests which gives you blue stones, and then you collect these blue stones, and for 1,000 blue stones you can exchange it. And here you don't have to wait for any time. So there's no time, you just click and you make these sausages. So this house is actually quite interesting. Actually, I was slightly reluctant in the beginning to have this house because I thought it's maybe a house for two. I was expecting that it will be for 2 people or 2 workers. Sorry, it's housing for 2 workers. But when I bought it and then I realized, it's not for workers. It's exchange. So maybe it's called house for 2 because it provides 2 exchanges to convert frog into this and ice into water. Okay, that's nice. So that's another option to get convert frogs into useful energy. So that was the second option, that you can go there to the railway map. And the third is a very obvious one. The one which you can get from horn sets, which are really, really famous sets. So it can give you this +5 energy, so you can convert these horn sets, and then you can also get +5 energy from it. As much you have, you can have as much energy you can have. It depends if you really want to exchange it or not. So that was some options which are available at either different lands or in collection sets. But now I think the most important thing which I realized after some time after playing this game, because I was actually quite reluctant to have bakeries, this stuff, at my land, because I thought, okay, because it requires a bit more effort. Like for example, you need to make first flour. You can make flour here as well, which I used to make in this windmill. Not windmill, a mill, flour mill, I guess. I think this mill is obtained from windsong. So I think this is the most, I think, economical recipe for making flour here, a bit faster. So I make flour here, and then in a bakery, what you can do, you can convert this flour, let's say, into shortcut pastry, and then you need to convert this pastry by using curd cheese into curd base, and then by using curd base you can make different energy items. For example, this one plus 35 plus 40, or even you can use this curd base for making this plus 50 blueberry pie. So I thought first, initially when I was started playing this game, I thought, okay, this is too much. You need to make like too many items, and then finally you got one energy snack. So I was really reluctant. And what I was doing, I was just converting my horn sets to get +5 energy items. But I think after 1 year or something like that, I think I discussed with an admin of a group member of Facebook, and actually she told me that it's not a good idea to exchange your horn sets, because actually horn sets are quite important in this game, and actually these are really I think, how can I say, really key or really vital for having good trades. Because if you put horn, okay, it's gone. If you put horn sets against any of the stuff that you need, I think most of the chances is that people will take your horn sets and give you the thing that you needed. So for trading, horn sets are very important. So at that point I thought, okay, now I am not going to exchange my horn sets, and I am going to start buying or having bakeries. And then I started having bakeries. Initially I think I have 5 bakeries, and then I tried to have more and more and more, and currently, okay, I think currently I have 70 bakeries. Yep, you see, maximum 70 bakeries. And I think in all 70 currently I am making this +40 energy raspberries. And this is actually my strategy. I always make +40. I am not going for, I think the maximum is +50 that you can make in normal bakery, because now I think they also have an upgraded bakery in which you can also make +100, but I don't have it because I think you need to use real money to buy this upgraded bakery, but I didn't use any money so far in this game, and I am not planning to use it in future as well. So this is the maximum +50 that you can make, but then you also need blueberry, you need chocolate, you need to make chocolate cream. So for this you need chocolate, yogurt, and blueberries. So then you can make, so it's even more lengthy and complicated process. So I thought, okay, no, I am not going to make +50, +40 is enough for me. So I am making curd bases by using all the steps that I told you before, and I am converting into, so you can see already I have handsome amount of raspberry chimes, because I have a huge amount of bakeries, 70 bakeries. I think it's quite a lot. And also I have mini bakeries, which the difference is that you can make stuff with only 1 worker, while for normal bakery you need 3 workers. But I think all other recipes except for shortcut pastry, these are kind of expensive one. So you save energy in hiring workers. So you have 1 worker, less money, but you have to pay something higher in the recipe to compensate for it. So it's up to you, either less worker or more materials in using it. That's why I think it is always recommended that you make shortcut pastry in mini bakery while all other stuff in your normal bakery. But I think I was run out of flour, so now I am making Google Mogul in this mini bakery, and I have 15 mini bakeries. So in total I have 85 bakeries, 70 normal and 15 mini bakeries. So if you can have this amount of bakeries, I think at some point, maybe initially it will take a bit more time, because you need some resources as well, like you need rye, you need flour, and you need clay, because you need this stuff, curd, cheese. So you need to make what was the thing? Yeah, you need to make container, you need to make buttermilk. So a lot of resources needed. So maybe in the beginning you will struggle, but I think at some point you will become like a normal thing and everything will go smoothly. So I think you don't have to worry about it, but try to have as many bakeries as possible. So one option is you can buy it using emeralds, which is sometimes okay, because I think most of the time they put sale on these emerald stuff. So I think normal bakery is, I think, 70 or 80, if I remember correctly. Where is the bakery? Where is the bakery? So 70 emeralds is for one bakery, but I think when they put sale, it's 49 emeralds. So then you can buy it, but I would prefer to use market stall. So try to put your own trades either. Like I am, if you see one of my trades, I am giving bakeries for 7,500 raspberries. So if you have raspberries, you can take these bakeries, or try to find some other trades in your neighbors. And if you find a reasonable trade, so I would suggest you to get a lot of bakeries from trading, because sometimes you can find really cheap trades. So you can have a lot of bakeries, and when you have a lot of bakeries, you can have a lot of energy snacks. And when you are using these energy, this plus 40 energy raspberry chimes, then at some point you will start building your energy resources like plus 5, plus 10, because you are using only plus 40. So at some point, if I show you, I have a lot of energy stuff. So you see here, so here 29,000, and here you see 7,000, 20,000 plus 5 and plus 10 is 10,000, because I am mostly using plus 40 energy for my expeditions. And when I take stuff from the land, I think there are particular boxes. I think it is something like, I will show you, there are some kind of, yes, this kind of boxes. You will see a lot of these kind of boxes in when you do some temporary or permanent lands, and when you brought these boxes home, you will get a lot of energy items. So that's how actually I am getting a lot of these energy items, and I am not using it at all, or not mostly. I used plus 10 most of the time together with plus 40, but other energy items are still there, so I think they are getting piled up. So at some point you will have, I think, lots of energy items. And I think I already told you that in the beginning I was relying on horn sets, and then I changed my strategy. I started using horn sets for my trades. I already, I think, put a video about my trading things and my trades, how I started, so you can check that video here at my channel, I think in tips and tricks. So you can find that video related to trading. And then when I started trading, I stopped exchanging horn sets. So those horn sets also started building up. And then I put more and more bakeries. In my storage, I have still, I think, hundreds of bakeries. But I think at some point I decided, okay, that's enough. I am not going to put more bakeries, because otherwise I will not have any space even for putting any decoration items. So now I stopped putting more bakeries on the land, because 70 is more than enough. Because at some point it's slightly difficult to manage resources if you put too many bakeries, because when I put, I think initially it was 50 bakeries, but then I extended into 70 bakeries, and even in the beginning I struggled, because then the resources were getting finished, I think, very soon or very fastly. So I need to manage, but I think now I adjusted to 70 bakeries, but I'm not planning to, I think, further increase it. It's enough, because I am getting a lot of energy snacks, and which are more than enough, because I am already done with permanent lands, all the lands here and all the lands at Forgotten Bay, also all the lands at this Dawson lands or railway map. So I don't need too much energy. I'm just doing temporary lands every week, and also that's how I am making videos as well. So I think that was more or less it, that different energy options are available at different lands, and at your homeland, I think the main energy creating or the thing that can create energy snacks is your bakery. So as many as you have, you will have more energy snacks, and then it will be way easier for you to do any land, especially temporary ones every week. So I think that's how I gather a lot of energy items. So I think for most of you, I think it will be more clear that how I have so many energy items. So it's not, I think, a one-day trick or like a really fast trick. I think it takes time. And also I think this game, I think, tells a lot of, tells you a lot about patience. Because initially when I started my game, I was like really struggling, and I was having that, okay, maybe I will never, I think, go in a good position in this game, or like very well maintained, because when I visited my neighbors, I thought, oh wow, their land is super. And when I see my land at that time, it was a mess. But now when I realize now that, okay, I think I achieved some level in my game as well now. So it takes time, so you don't have to be too fast. So go at your pace, take your time, and then at some point you will realize that, okay, now you're making progress. But these tips and strategies or tricks can help you to strategize in a better way. Because initially when I started my game, and I even didn't know that I need to put these buildings or houses for workers, and then and then the workers can do the stuff. So I was using my emeralds to hire workers, and then I was doing stuff, and at some point I realized that, okay, I am finished with emeralds, so I used all my emeralds which I got in the beginning for hiring workers. So that was, I think, the really stupid thing, I think, which I think maybe any one of you did when you started playing. But then I need to collect more and more emeralds, and I started to learn about things, and then I realized that, okay, I messed up. But I thought, okay, now it's even more a challenge for me to survive. But I think I did good. I think I am now about to finish my 3 years in this game. So 2 is already done, and I think after 1 or 2 months it will be 3 years. So that's how I am at this stage. So I think if you understand it, or if you have further questions, you can still comment on this video, or if you want me to make a video on any other particular topic that you are still struggling with, and you see that I have a lot of that stuff maybe in my storage, and you still want to know that, okay, how I got that particular stuff, so maybe just comment it below, and then I will try to make a video on that particular stuff as well. And in the next video, I will try now to make a video on this basic stuff, because I think that's also very important, that how you can have too many coal, stones and clay, and also because I already made a video on worms, so you can check that video. But for other three, I will try to make a video, so I think you can cope with those stuff, because if you're struggling with it, how you can have it and what are the strategies. So that will be now my next video. And if you have any idea or any question, please comment below this video, and I will see you in the next video. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel and press the bell icon, and also share these videos with your friends who are also playing Klondike. And I will see you in my next video. Take care and keep playing the game and keep watching my videos. Bye bye.